Now that I'm retired, I have time to do all kinds of things. So one of the things I started doing is volunteering at the local library. Our local library is really beautiful. Small, but really beautiful. I go in around once a week and I have a section of books that's assigned to me. And what I do is I just go through that section and make sure that everything is in order and nothing has been misfiled. I also make sure that all the books are lined up in an aesthetically pleasing fashion and that they're not like laying this way and that way all higgledy-piggledy, because that's not what you want in a library. Now, I am by no means a light switch licking OCDer, but we all have a few OCD tendencies. I mean, if you aspire to competence and maybe even a little perfection on any level, you have to have some OCD qualities. In checking my book section, I noticed something that's driving me crazy. My section of books starts with Michael Robotham and goes to Laura Zigman, and also includes all the books on CD, like all the audiobooks. And it just so happens that David Sedaris, who is another one of my favorite authors, falls under my section. David Sedaris is a humor writer, and he writes amusing stories based mainly on his own life and observations with a little healthy exaggeration thrown in. Kind of like my channel, except I don't exaggerate. David Sedaris has kept a diary for most of his life, and in 2017, he published excerpts from it called Theft by Finding. The library has the audiobook in the biography section. In 2021, he published more excerpts, like a part 2, which he called A Carnival of Snackery, and that audiobook is filed under nonfiction, which is a whole different section. I would think that they should go together and be like right next to each other, but they're not, and it just disturbs me. If this were the old days of the card catalog, I could just take matters into my own hands. I could change the number on the back and the inside of the book, and then I could go change the number in the card catalog, and no one would be the wiser. But now, with computers, I would probably do more harm than good messing with the numbers. Another thing that I noticed there is what people are reading. The Mark Twain section has just 5 books and 3 audiobooks, and he's one of the American masters. The Kurt Vonnegut section has 1 book and no audiobooks. Right next to him is 1 slim volume of Candide by Voltaire. Meanwhile, Danielle Steele has 4 whole shelves of books and 2 whole shelves of audiobooks. It's just really sad how few classics that there are on the shelves. Meanwhile, there's all these books by people I never heard of. Brad Thor, half a shelf. Stuart Woods, 4 shelves. J.R. Ward, 3/4 of a shelf. John Sandford, 1.5 shelves. Lisa Scottoline, 1.5 shelves. Karen Slaughter, half a shelf. What a world, what a world. I've said before that Kurt Vonnegut is my favorite author, and I guess that I can be comforted that, at least in my own personal library, I have all of his books in print, and I have also all of his books as audiobooks. I also have several biographies and books by other people in his family. I have 4 shelves dedicated to Kurt Vonnegut in my own house, even if my village library does not. So somewhere, at least in my town, Kurt Vonnegut is getting the respect that he deserves.